All right, now you can go.
What's going on, everybody? I love to welcome you all to today's morning session here with True Profit Academy. We have special guest speakers, Jomar Polanco, Jacqueline Franklin, and many more all over the globe. I love to talk to you guys about a specific topic where, in failure, it allows you to gain perspective. And in reality, stamina. Stamina in the sense of being able to understand something for a specific period of time allows you to accept what you're going through so that when you're winning, you remember what you went through. And before we start checking out these charts, I like to, share some stories I've personally, gone through, trading. I mean, there was one time, I'm a big advocate for when anybody's investing money into the markets, like constantly rewarding yourself, like withdrawing, especially if if you don't have a good savings account or something like that. I'm very big in, you make $100, take out 50, keep 50, because at the end of the day, it just shapes a different perspective in your mind. The spectrum of that I took money out of the market as opposed to I left all the money in the market and then lost it is completely different. And I'll share a story once. CAD JPY. Ooh, let me tell you about CAD JPY. About in 2015, it was one time I was building an account. I took $500, and in the span of like 9 days, we were killing it, man. I built it up to $9,418.33 to be exact with you. And um I started stacking positions. I got trigger happy. Like I was like, like Al Pacino in Scarface with the machine gun. Like, you want to sell out to my little friend? I was putting them $5 lots, man, back to back to back. Like retest, boom. And the market just wasn't ready to drop. And yeah, like in the blink of an eye, while I literally, put my phone down, there was a Canadian Bank of Canada speech, and it was from the central bank. They were announcing some stuff which kicked in some strength into the Canadian dollar. And mind you, I was telling my girl, like, baby, we're going out to eat, we're gonna go do this. I'm like, cha-ching, 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 man, let me tell you. And whoa, if you only understood that before I said the third cha-ching, that shit said, give me change. And that just, imagine if I would have just taken out $500 and yeah, would have went out to eat or something with my wife. It would have been a different outlook. But I was destroyed. I was so destroyed. I called Pedro. For those of you guys who know Pedro, I was like, Pedro, fuck trading. I'm done with this shit. I'm gonna go back to my old job and ask for a raise. Like, fuck this, blah blah blah. And if I tell you, Jacqueline, how many times in the last 4 years I've looked at my wife and said, if you ever see me look at another chart, smack me, and she'd be like, shut up, bro. And I've thought about quitting 1,000 times.
Can I interject?
Go ahead.
Because I had this same exact situation May last year. JL legit had to talk me off a bridge with CJ as well when I lost 8K, just pumping lots into it, thinking that it was gonna go a certain way, and it just went the complete opposite on me, and I just lost 8K in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, man, and it's gonna happen to you. I mean, if everybody sits here and talks about what we lost, like shit, man, like we done gave the market a lot of money. Like, where's our tax credit at? Like, we donating. But man, Jacqueline, to kind of bring this back around to you is like manifest it and believe it. I've always told you, it's not gonna come when you want. It's gonna come when it's meant to be. And at the end of the day, all you got to do is handle what matters and what is really important, which is, making sure you're working off your strengths and building off your weaknesses, and working to get better every day, understanding things better. being able to make the adjustments faster. Because if it's one thing I've understood in this game is those who get paid the longest, not the most, the longest, because it's a longevity thing. We're not looking to just make a quick bang, you know. Those who get paid for the longest make the quickest adjustments. And you know, I like to end it there, get started at looking at some of these charts. But just to kind of bring everyone up to date. So today we had GBP. We had some red folders on GBP. Can everybody see my screen? Everybody can see my screen. Type 1, please.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So, you know, we saw some red folders on GBP. We had the official bank rate, which actually stood the same. You know, for a lot of you new guys here who don't understand what some of these news events are, if you actually go on forexfactory.com, investing.com, many different ones, they actually tell you what it is. So, for instance, the official bank rate, it's the interest rate at which the Bank of England lends to financial institutions overnight. And as always, as I broke it down to you, the actual greater than the forecast. So this is what they forecasted. If that number is greater than, then it's positive for the currency. If it's less than, then it's negative, right? And what we can see here is, you know, they give you some notes. The rate decision is usually priced in the market, so it tends to be overshadowed by monetary policy statements, which is focused on the future, which is the next red folder we see here. And, you know, the dope thing I love about Forex Factory is it actually tells you why we care, why us traders care. You know, traders should care about this because short-term interest rates are the paramount factor in currency valuation. Traders look at the most indicators merely to predict how rates will change in the future. So, for instance, you know, what they're giving now when they announce potential interest rate cuts or raises, you know, we can keep an eye on that and be able to understand what the perspective of that next news event is. If you don't realize, it's like connecting the dots, you know, oh, this news event is kind of telling you the whispers of what the next news event is. So that's why, you know, when you get good at reading charts and understanding price action, we develop a great sense of understanding not only how price action and fundamental analysis tie in together. So, you know, for those of you guys who are very good at reading charts but get lost in the sauce with the whole idea of how fundamentals work, I mean, I've kind of, in my own mind, I've created like this kind of equation, but in reality, price action times fundamental data is what the fundamental analysis is. You know, how price is ties into what they're announcing. You know, if the market was dropping fucking 2,000 pips, then next thing you know, at the end of the day, what they're announcing is, man, we got to bring price up. You know. So that's how that ties in. But GBP, you know, GBP AUD, GBP USD, we've seen some strong moves to the upside. Now, let's think of some of the things that we understand, right? So with the market, you know, slowly coming down since the 24th of January, we've seen it drop from, you know, 131,700 all the way to 129,750. So give it about 400 pips. We've seen it do within, what, 5-6 days? So now we're looking at the potential of the market rejecting this price area we identified a few weeks ago, right? We saw how price cleanly rejected this price here. Now, fake out, right? The market came, and then once the news dropped, it wasn't just the news that impacted price, but also the speech. There was a speech that actually happened that I went ahead and told people, you know, what the outlook for the British government is. And they actually spoke about Brexit. And Brexit, as you guys know, is the British government attempting to leave the European Union. And with them leaving the European Union, you know, he did give insight on the fact that sometime next year they will be having a new trade deal. So as always, any positive news towards Brexit is good for price for GBP pairs. That's why if you look at GBP USD, right, something like GBP JPY, we're seeing all of these prices have skyrocketed. Now, if you realize the importance is here, although they did skyrocket and price kind of took a turn, the importance is to understand where they get to. So looking at GBP JPY, as we were analyzing prior to the recording of this session, we were realizing that GBP JPY still had trouble breaking price. Had the market throughout this news event would have broken our structure or even the zone, then we would feel much more better buying this currency than actually where it's at right now, where we can expect slight retracement. So, for instance, what I like to do in this case, I like to identify my price area or my average price area of where the market was defining support or resistance, and look at how far compared to where the market is at to where it's, where that can be. And I can determine, is it worth entering this trade right now, for instance, knowing that the GBP pair was very strong a few minutes ago. So, we could use finviz.com to identify what the currency strength is. About an hour ago, GBP was actually 65% strong. It's actually dropped about 0.07%. So, those are the key factors. We don't just say, oh, it hit this price, let me sell. No. You're better off throwing your wallet in the toilet and trying to flush it and see how fast you can get it out the toilet. Let's identify price, right? Find confluence, and then go ahead and look for the opportunity to say to ourselves, all right, am I ready? Is it ready? And then once you have confirmation, right, taking a trade with confirmation is way more better than entering the trade and then looking at it every 5 minutes saying, yo, where's it going? Where's it going? Because a few minutes ago, that's how we all were with GBP, But to start off our day, I got GBP USD sells. I sold GBP USD at 1.31. It's about like 8 pips away. If we break it down based off of price action, I already have my chart set up. There's a few key components that I'm looking for. I mean, simply if I were to identify, the push of the market here with GBP, right now I would like to see it break. I mentioned the price of 1.30 500. Us seeing that price reach that level, it's kind of like the midway point of where I like to see the market at. Using the Fibonacci here, the 61.8 actually sits a little bit below that. So obviously, if we are going to go all the way down, which I like to bring up the macro perspective that I had for GBP AUD. I did have overall, after reaching 1.31, the market reaching 1.28. So again, if you look at how the market set itself up, the whole move to the upside here was a fake out, and it seems like the market came back to retest it, and now we would like to see it continue if this is in play. If we don't see that happen, right, then we understand what the potential is. We've spoke a lot about market structure, right? Market structure is how we identify the previous trend and when and where the market can reverse or change the trend. So us being able to identify that, first things first, anytime the market would break to the upside here, understand how many touches to the trend we have seen. So far, we've seen 1, 2 touches here. I like to look for the third one to confirm it. It's what gives me the idea that we're not ready to go up. Only way we're going to go up, and I believe so, is if we see price break above the second touch here, and then us, observing the opportunity to maybe, if this was my high, and let's say I identified a previous high around here, this price area here in between these two prices, I love to look for the market, which is about 111 pips away from here. I would need to see it break above that price and stay above to make its way to the top, which is 1.35. Right now, I don't see any confirmations to that. I am seeing at the end of the day a lot of lower highs, a lot of lower highs. And, if we look at it from a perspective of how the market is doing, I mean, this head and shoulders here is still in play. All we would need to see is kind of this angled support here, or the uptrend that the market is in. All we need to see is the market break that trend, and we can see the market kind of correct halfway of what this move to the upside was from when they announced the Brexit news a few weeks ago. So overall, for me, I'm bearish on GBP. There's a lot of things that I personally see from a long-term perspective that tie into it. But again, I'm the type of person that I'm open to both ideas. My job is to find what makes more sense at the moment. And I don't know if anybody has any questions in regards to that, but if you guys all understand the breakdown for GBP USD, type 1 in the chat. If you don't or have any questions, type 0. AUD USD has broken the support level that we mentioned earlier. Personally, I'm on the fence in regards to how approach this trade. We spoke a lot about AUD USD potentially reaching. We're talking about a price of 66,700 or something like that, which is the extension level of the previous move. Jomar, where did you start the fib level at? I don't remember.
From that low all the way to the high.
So 66.88. Personally, I'm looking to see what confirmations we can identify at that price. It broke my zone here. So my bias for the upside is slowly but surely deteriorating. Let's see how it plays out. Let me see. There was another trade we were looking at. What was the other trade?
We got 2 minutes to the New York Bell session.
Correct. So let's see how that opens up.
It's going to be worse. Aussie keeps creeping up to 60% decrease on strength.
Yeah, forget about that mother flower. Jomar, you want to share your screen and break down some of the charts you were looking at?
Well, pretty much it's the same charts we've been looking at. I'm just paying attention to my MetaTrader so I can be in trades, or I can at least observe what these trades are doing currently.
So GA keep creeping up.
Yes, she's gonna continue. We'll probably see a massive impulse now, or maybe a retracement at the New York Open. Okay, so right here at the top of this orange box, that's the high of the previous high. So she just tapped it now. What's your NZD doing?
It's 9:30.
This is Euro NZD. Euro NZD made a nice move. From those that watched yesterday, we were discussing this trade. whether it was going to go to the downside or the upside. As of right now, from this morning, from the London session through now, she's just been really bullish. That's because NZD has been weak. But we discussed this yesterday, I think pretty elaborated, and a few different reasons why I thought it would be bullish. And at the same time, we also discussed a few other ideas of why Conrad thought it would be bearish. So we let the trade play out, and this is basically kind of what on today's morning session, what the outcome has been for today. But so far, you can expect some retracement here, or you can expect some rejection in the zone. As you can see, this is a resistance area here for those that have EN trades. If you're running in profit, just protect your stop loss and understand that if you want a TP, this is a nice area to TP because you have reached a target, because you could expect retracement, a pullback, and then some difficulty to break through this area. So she attempted twice before, failed, broke down, came back, tried again, and failed. So I would see this area wouldn't be such an easy jump to cross over. So I'm expecting some resistance at this area here for the buys. Okay. That's Euro UNZD. What else we got? What else have we been reviewing? Okay, UJ. Let's look at UJ. Get our minds off of anything that's AUD related right now. UJ has been resisting here at this area here, so it might be a good time. I mean, I have a sell here on this area. I took a good sell on a small account that I have. I may just end up closing it because it's really consolidating in this area. Maybe going to be turning around soon from here. The indicators still are, in a sell position. It's resisting at the 10 and the 20, still below the 200 EMA, there's also a resistance area here, but the MACD is giving me the opposite, where it's giving me an indicator that is telling me that it's probably going to start turning around. So, and the MACD always would do that in first before these indicators cross, giving you a signal. So just to give you an example, if you see over here in this area here, the MACD had crossed before it crossed up here, giving me signs of weaknesses to the continuation of the upside. Once these crossed over here, it kind of just basically took over from there and dropped. So from this perspective, basically I'm showing the same thing. We got a crossover down here. And basically we could see potentially price itself in to continue to bounce off of here if we do not break through this level. If we don't break through this level and it continues to resist in here, we might just see a reversal from here to the upside. But UJ is a well-known good pair for a lot of consolidation, as you can see in these boxed out areas, and we're already creating what's within this here. My opinion is I have sells from all the way up here still on that small account. So even if it retraces, I still have an opportunity to get out with profit. I just have kept it open. So if anybody's in UJ, you have to pay attention to this price area, just in case you want to take your profits now, or wait and see what happens if it's going to give you something extra. What other pairs? Anybody have any other pairs they want us to go over? Let me look at the chat.
Yo, to add on to you, Jay, my fault. I'm over here looking at what you did and what my chart I have on my chart. There's an area we identified above 109, 100 and 109, 200 that the market never retested before she came down to touch this area. So that's actually a price we can identify. If it does continue going up, where we want to see what it does at that price. So between 109, it's like 10 pips, 109, 100 or 109, 200. To be exact, 109, 135 to 184.
Got it. All right. Sorry about that. What
Did you take GU? Who all took GU? GBP USD.
GBP USD. Who took it?
Lewis did. Yeah, it's in
Yeah, I took
profit.
it too. I'm up like 8.
It's up like 16 pips.
I took GJ. I took GJ out of the position on GJ on the sell right here. Doing the same similar situation right here. I took GJ. GU I didn't take. But yes, it is moving the same way as well. But keeping an eye for a short leash to a resisted area. What was the overall come bias you have on GU?
For GU, esta fuerza. GU, I want to see it hit 128. That was my macro.
930 hit, guys. I'm seeing all GB pairs drop right now.
Yo, do that little setup you have with the 4 screens. But I want to watch GJ, GU. I want to watch UJ and AU. Question, guys. Does my voice sound distorted or does it sound good?
It sounds good.
All right. By mistake, move the settings on this.
Hold on, I'm gonna do it right now. So you want? What are
no problem, Mike.
What are the pairs you want to see?
GJ, UJ, GU, AU.
Okay, hold on. So UJ's down here. What time frame on all of them?
I'll put them all at the 30-minute, 30 or 15. 15 is good.
Okay, 15 on UJ. This one up here is UJ as well. So you want GJ. 15-minute. Okay. This is a UJ. This is, you want AU, you said?
Yeah.
AU 15-minute. That's AU. And what's the last one?
We said GJ, GU, UJ. Yeah.
You said
yeah,
GA?
Gold tank. Is
said
that
GA?
gold? Yeah, GU.
Oh, GU. This is gold, yeah.
Damn. I think they're gonna bring price up.
That's GU right there. So that's that.
Yo, Lucho, you gotta change your Instagram name to Price Action Poppy. Do me a favor, can you draw out some zones on gold and tell me what you think? I think they brought price down to take it up. I see the dollar weakening this session.
I re-entered GA again, but from a different account. So it's not loaded on my other account.
Yeah, I'm in GA sales too.
That shit is in profit instant.
Straight off the high, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, that pair is muted. That pair is muted on my end. So when you guys mention that pair, all I hear is I entered. It's in profit. That's all I heard. All jokes aside,
I got USD Mexican. You like USD Mexican?
Yo, Joma.
Yeah.
Where's your first target for GA?
I want the well, my first target will be I have a price. Let me look at it. I'm looking for the breakout. So the retest of the breakout.
Okay.
Which is at, hold on. I'm gonna have to put it on one of these. Let me put it over here. Hold on. So you see this zone here?
Hold on, let me get off my thing. Okay, I see.
The top of this box here, because it broke out, but you know, we're gonna probably see if it's gonna reverse and continue going up, it'll come back and retest and then continue doing what it's doing.
Yeah, the two areas I had, my first area was 94.03, and then my second area was 93.27.
So to be conservative, I would like to see it come back to this area, and I'll take my TP. I won't even
play around with it.
I'll just collect what I can get from here to there, and that's it. No playing with GA today. Okay. GU, she's making some movement slowly, 15 minutes. Let me see something here. I haven't looked at the NASDAQ this morning. What did it do, Gio, bro?
I don't know. I'm fucking working the S&P right now.
Got it. S&P. Don't worry. Keep focused. Keep focused. Everybody trying to trade. I've been quiet, but it's not because I'm just trying to look at different opportunities and get in. Because when I'm doing these webinars with you guys, I'm really not placing trades. I'm not like looking at my screens. I'm not one of that. I just focus with you guys, but took the opportunity to just kind of like want to put in some trades or even cover for some of my drawdown trades.
GU's looking good. GJ's looking good too. Good call on that one.
Huh?
I said GU and GJ look good. I'm about to place a stop loss in front soon. I'm in profit. I'm up 200 on that trade. I dollar lotted it, but I don't know, man. This support.
This right here, it's been supporting there.
Yeah.
But I'll give you this much: from all the trades, GU is probably the best one.
Mm-hmm. What's this red line? That's the price or that's a trend?
That's the price. That's the price.
Oh, I was about to say, I don't see that trend.
No, that moves with the price. That red line. See,
Okay.
You see on all my screens, if it's green, the line is mean it's going up. If it's red, it's going down. So
Gotcha.
on the right side, you'll see the pricing highlight what price area is that with the time.
Yeah, mine is orange. That's why it caught me off guard.
Well, it does that based on the candlestick color. So you see the candle. If your candle, whatever color your candle is, that's exactly what's going to illuminate.
Damn, they brought NASDAQ back up. You saw that?
You saying I should have held yesterday then?
Bro, that thing retested 90.35 and shot up.
I basically exited the trade with that freaking drop how it was coming down so fast. Hold on, let me
I
check.
think
It
you
out.
would have got stopped out. It hit 89.94.
Hold on, let me look at it. NAS.
You would have got stopped
Yeah, I
out.
would have gotten stopped out most likely because my entry was right there.
But look at that retest of that price area.
Order filled.
Fuck.
Gold's dropping then.
Oil is shooting up right now.
Sorry?
Oil?
Yeah, it's just shooting up.
Diablo, loco, mira esa vaina, loco. Mierda, la ñema.
Yo, I was just telling you, bro. I think that shit's gooch. But yo,
I
look,
caught that
you're
all the
right
way in
at
the
your
bottom.
old entry.
I am at my own entry right there. So what should we look for to enter that trade? Can anybody in this room tell me?
What pair you guys
What-
looking at?
Huh?
Oh, this is the oil? Oh.
Yeah. What should we look for to the entry of this trade?
Breakout.
Yo, and then next,
Retest.
And then
there you go. Pull the trigger.
breakout, retest, price action. Breakout, retest, price
So
action.
what I'll do is,
Order flow.
it'll break out of this, retest and retest it again here, and then make its way up, and we can monitor price. I'm gonna even put my line down here so we can watch that area as it happens unfold, and let's see what's going on. Now, remember what I told you guys about the indicator? Watch this. I was early on the trade. You see over here, the circle. Look at the circle. Am I talking to walls over here?
Go ahead.
Okay, look at the circle, right? Look at where my MACD is, where it crossed over in price, right? But yet, the indicators on price have not crossed over, telling me that we're not ready to go up yet. You understand that? We are going to get the bullish momentum, but it's gonna be in our favor when these two babies cross each over. I'm gonna give you the example again. Look, here's the crossover on the EMAs to the downside, and here was basically the crossover here to the downside on the MACD. The MACD always does it first, but you need to see that, and that is giving you that confirmation that we're ready to head for the hills.
But also, price kept going up as the bands were starting to cross.
No, I got that. It will do that. It will. Who has that? Oh, that's Steven, I think. Okay, technically, Lucho, understand, I've seen this on every single time I'm watching it. It will do this where you'll see price go up. So what you got to do is box in your area and get the high, when you're seeing that happening, so that way you can minimize or, your drawdown. You want to buy you want to sell at the high technically. But what I'm trying to say is I got stopped out. And now that I'm watching all this, because, obviously I'm not paying attention to everything. I have my stop loss in front. Look how I would have stayed in the trade if I would have seen this earlier this morning, technically. I would have just taken off my stop loss and just held it because of these confirmations over here from an indicator perspective. Now, obviously I don't only rely on that, but we also got the heavy support there. But technically, this trade, for these EMAs to cross over, they never do it instantly. It's a lagging indicator, so you have to understand it's going to happen, behind. So you got to try to predict on the indicator perspective in advance, where is it going to do the crossover? But from the MACD perspective, it's telling me, get ready. I'm about to start jumping, start going over. If we want, we can review that trade a few days from now, and we'll see what the end result was, and we could discuss it as a group setting.
For real. What time frame did you publish that one idea on? When you did blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, on the same time frame. Like if you go back to look, I published it, general ideas. Or I put it in the TPA ideas, I think. Let's check.
No. You also published it on TradingView where you can watch how the price played out.
Oh, no. I didn't publish it, did I? Look, I didn't have the indicators on when I gave you guys this. But we got this recording. It's recording right now. So what I'm trying to kind of want you guys to see is what I'm telling you in reference if price is ready to do this, like to get in. So we could have probably, if I would have noticed this or I would have taken this into consideration when I bought here, I could have probably said, okay, wait a minute, let's see what the indicator is telling me. So that way I could have probably predicted that we were still not ready. We're going to see some consolidation here. If it breaks down, it breaks down. But if it's going to go up, we're going to have a high probability of being able to catch a good entry and never see it come back down once EMAs cross over.
Mm-hmm.
Understand?
100%.
Which, I mean, in all fairness, if anybody took the trade and you had your stop loss in front, all you really did was got stopped out. And other than that, you really didn't lose anything but, you lost a good entry because that was a good entry right there at that moment. Now, we got another entry down here, and based, like I'm explaining, the EMAs are still far apart from each other, giving me that it's still probably not going to come up yet unless we get a big bullish candle. But if we're going to just go out of regular price action, it's going to price itself in. And once it prices itself in, you'll see these switching over from bearish to bullish. You could back test what I'm saying on any pair, exactly the information I'm giving you, and you'll see that the MACD crosses over first, and then when the move is about to happen, you'll see these squeezing. When you see that squeeze, and you see the resistance and a particular support or resistance, a support or resistance, you'll see these EMA squeezing. All right, I see some chat information. Who's
It's about Santon. I'll answer them today.
Okay. I actually gotta go use the restroom, buddy. I'll be right back.
We'll take this time to answer any questions, trading questions. Anybody have any questions that I may be able to answer for them, or any ideas they want to bring up to the table? We'll take this time to bring that up. Let's see. Hemi, what's good, brother?
Hey, my man. Much for yourself?
I'm doing well. Recovering with GU right now. Who all took? If you took GBP USD, can you please type in the chat what prices you guys got in? The settings for the EMAs, I believe Jomar has the 8, the 18, the 50, and the 200. Those are the exponential EMAs. Lewis, in a little bit. So this is GU right here. Once we break 13700, place a stop loss in front of your entry. Who else took GU? GBP USD. USD CAD is still consolidating at this area right here. GBP USD, where I expect her to fall. I'm looking for the first take profit I gave was 1.3050, which is about 50 pips. But overall, I'd like her to, break back below the zone of 130 and start retracing around there.
There's a nice, I had that area, that zone drawn out as well, at a $1.30 area as a monthly support.
Yeah, very important. I mean, with GBP USD, the 1.31, 1.30, 1.29, 1.28, all of those are very important prices.
It's basically a nice
Usually
triangle.
they like to keep ranging in between the penny difference.
on the 4 hour. There's a nice triangle there that it's playing between.
You seen that, right?
Hmm.
I mean, this was my outlook overall with GBP USD. So far, I'm pretty happy with this trade the way it's running. I don't see any signs. The only thing I am not liking is the fact that, it's taking a little longer than I would have expected to drop, but it's all right. It finally broke below the zone here I marked. So I would like to see price stay below that.
EN is coming up to a critical level as well.
Yeah, it finally broke the zone.
Yeah, which we've been waiting for. So,
what positions you holding still, Hemi?
Nah, she just tapped me the other day, stopped me out for break even, and made its move. But it was consolidating in that area for quite some time, and then she finally broke through today. So I'll be looking for a retest of the, what is that area? 169.20, 169.40 area.
Mm-hmm.
To that zone, and look to take it long from there. So if we can take out the previous, the highs here or this zone here, then that's a clear break of the market structure from that overall down push. So if we can get a nice bullish break of that and a retest, I think we'll be away.
Yep. I agree. Good observation on that. I'm impressed how Euro kicked in strength this week. Who's still holding EU? I remember someone mentioning Euro USD.
I had a position there, but I actually TP'd on it.
Nice. Where did you enter?
Let me double check. I have an entry.
The dollar
101.36.
the breakout retest on the 15 minutes.
Guys, let's place the stop loss in front of your entry on GBP USD. For those of you guys who entered around the 850 area, just keep a close eye. We're only about like 7 pips away, so placing a stop loss is not the smartest thing in front of your entry right now. You said what? The DXY, Luch?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that here. Yep. Cleaner than a mother flower. Let's see the AXY. That's why. She's scrapping. It's going down. Look at that head and shoulders. I've never seen one so clean on an index. I've never seen one so clean on an index.
If you look at the 1 minute of the DXY,
yeah,
1 minute.
You really see the price action on that retest. Really, really, really nice.
Yeah, that is clean, isn't it, Lucho? What's that order flow like on that, bro?
I'm not looking at currency futures now. I'm just trying to focus on like ES and the NQ, but mostly more the ES. The NQ looks like it's Algo City. This shit is moving way too fast for me.
Everybody got algos. Yo, so the dollar index is falling. How does it compare
trapped
to?
right now, bro. Fuck.
Man, that Dixie chart, JL, it bounced off the 127 extension clean.
Yeah, right.
Man, it like whipped
I
off
was
there.
doing that last
Perfect.
night, honestly.
Yeah, and also my AJ trade that I've been in for a couple of weeks, that's sitting on the 127 right now.
And dollar's weak today.
Hey, did Jacqueline hold any positions on GA? There was a nice call on that last night.
The GA buys or
buys? Yeah, buys.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that was a nice observation, that one, Jacqueline.
I appreciate that. This one, I feel like it's going to retrace. And we're going to take another buy.
She took my money today.
You guys ever seen them cartoons where they grab the kids and they pull them upside down and they shake them till everything comes out their pockets?
Yep.
Yeah. That was GBPAUD to me today. He said, "Give me your ham sandwich."
Me too.
GBP USD starting to dance around the zone we identified. So let's
That's
see if
because
we
it's
can
23
get some.
too, JL. It's 23 on the fib, which is usually the first retracement after a break of structure.
Correct. Ah, paying attention. No, all jokes aside, it's a slow retracement we're seeing. So what that's telling me is they may want to bring price up one more time. So, let's see how price continues to react around this area.
I think January is the month the market makers let people's strategies work.
Just to recoup from the holidays. They did us a favor.
No, because they start depositing more money. Fuck the market makers, bro. I'm gonna teach Lucho the $1 million strategy.
All
you gotta do is draw this line here and draw the other line on top of it. And when you see the candlestick that looks like it's the hot dog in between the two buns, you buy that.
Yo, JL.
Yeah.
My drawdown on that EN position that I held for 4 weeks is down to 27.
You guys never seen the dragon pattern? Lucha, look at the dragon pattern. So this is the tail of the dragon. Hold on.
Yeah, it looks really nice. It's bringing back childhood memories right now.
So here's the I got white on. Hold on. So here's the tail. Here's the body of the dragon, and this is the head. And now we're gonna see the fire. That means we're gonna see the correction of the drop, and then we're gonna start seeing market moving itself.
Hey, Jomar, what's your take on oil at the moment? It's coming back down to retest that low. And you also got divergence on your MACD. Oh, is he not there?
Dean, you can only place trades on that account from
11 to 4.
11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you gotta wait 1 more hour. Told you they're gonna bring that shit up. Gold is going to go para arriba. Wow. That was the craziest wick hunt ever. Look at that. They came for everybody.
Yeah, it should retrace like 50% more.
Everybody's freaking stop loss. Took them out.
The oil is retesting now.
Which one?
Oil.
Oil. Let's see. Yeah. I was actually just gonna say I'm liking the opportunity to buy oil.
I'll just put a buy in. See how we go.
Hey, JL.
Yes, I'm listening.
Do you know the website that I can go to for where the pairs are like concurrent?
It's MyFX book. And you go to MyFX book. And when you're on MyFX book, you're going to click on where it says you're gonna go to community. Mm-hmm. You're gonna go to Outlook. Oh no, sorry, market and correlation.
There it is. Okay, thank you.
I'll send you this link on Discord.
Appreciate it.
Hey, JL, what does that mean? Like that page you just went to?
It tells you if you're looking at a specific pair. It tells you in terms of percentages how it correlates with another pair or the other pairs. So if you're looking at USD JPY and you wanted to see how that was moving, maybe you saw it was like kind of moving the same as Euro AUD, let's say. It would tell you in correlation to how it's moving against each other.
Okay. Thank you.
I like that bullish engulfing candle on oil. I'm gonna attempt to enter this trade and see how we roll.
What lot size you recommend, JL? 25 cents or 10?
I'll say 10 cents.
Me and oil.
Does the music sound too loud or you guys can't hear the music?
I don't hear anything. It's low.
All right. Good. That means I have the mic at the right settings. Jomar, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Jomar, where you at?
Yeah.
Yeah, oil's in profit if you took oil.
But what lot size you think?
I thought I told you 10 cents is good.
10 cents. Okay.
AUD, you look like you want to come up. You can come up if you want. You can come play with us. What's Hemi?
Yo.
Why don't you share your screen and let's see what you're working with. Give us some perspective.
I'm just jumping around at the moment, to be honest. Having a look at I haven't been on the chart today, so just having a look. Oil.
Bright screen.
Can you see it?
That's a bright
Yeah.
screen, bro. I feel like I'm looking at the sun.
Oh, bright. So this now, I'm looking to come into here. Make a move into there, but let's see what happens. This is my pair, obviously, but I like how it's whipped off my monthly support resistance round number as well. So hopefully we can get a little bit of a pullback. A bit of confluence there, just to sort of back up
How we
into
looking,
this area
boys?
here.
How we looking, boys? How we looking?
What did you want me to look at, JL?
How we looking? How we looking?
No, I was saying so you could give us some perspective on the charts you had done on your end.
Yeah, so, and then obviously now this AJ, which I've got entries up here, has hit the 127 extension. So I'll put this in when Joe Ma first showed me it, and that's starting to find support here. I'm still very bearish on this though. So she's clearly broken all the daily structure now. So, but she could still make a little pullback up into here, and then continue making its move down, which our 161.8 area. Which is the next target. That's sort of down and around all this consolidation area. So that could be another possible. GA, that's finding the highs again. But
I think we should retire the thought of selling GBP today.
yeah, she's already spanked me up today. GJ,
I took my 17 pips on GU.
Nice push as well. This zone, what's that zone there that I had drawn in? I should come right into it. I missed it, but that would have been a good solid trade. I think the overall
That's a nice
bias.
setup. What is that?
GJ.
Or GJ.
Yeah, third touch, 1, 2, 3, a little fake out. That'll bring the sellers in, and then bang. Nice.
It's low volatile, man. Ooh.
Nice wine star there.
Yo, Jamar. We lost him again? Oh, shit, no.
I got scared on this yesterday. I should have held. Other than that, yeah, what's this UK doing? A UK as well, JL. It's hit that 127. But, yeah. It's not really showing too much of wanting a turnaround just yet. Which I thought with the Dixie starting to decline, she might be. Other than that, there's not too much happening. Oh, UJ, this.
If you still got trades in GU, she's going back up.
GU. That was nice. Boom, looked straight off it.
Lucho.
God, is that you?
Lucho, do you want to see what the Ferrari system is saying?
Oh, I thought it was God.
You want to see what the Ferrari system is saying?
Super trend.
Yo, I'm straight. Yo, this shit is dope. Check it out, bro. I'm gonna make $1 million, bro.
Damn.
Check it out. Check it out. The Ferrari system, bro.
Oh shit.
Yo, that shit, all arrows are pointing down, bro. We going down.
Damn.
The Ferrari system, bro.
God damn, bro. I feel like we're about to hit warp speed.
We're in spaceship right there, bro. Yo. But you know what? After all, bro, now that I'm learning to trade just with price action alone, now it makes a lot more sense to me.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like these indicators now. I'm like, so, okay, now I could trade with this a lot more easier because now I understand price action way better. So this is a system called the Ferrari system, guys. Blue and green. It's simple to read. Arrows going down means trend is going down. Arrows going up, because this switch is over here in the bottom, means trend, we're going up. It seems that easy, but it's not that easy. You need to also use your price action analysis. Not only letting just these indicators tell you what's going on.
What's your target for UJ?
UJ, I really want to maybe get out of it because of what we were saying earlier in the discussion, where UJ pretty much is in the zone here. She's consolidating. Well, in the 15 minutes, she's consolidating here. I mean, she's going with the trend. If you could see, look, still on the 15-minute, that EMA, the 200, which is the white line over here, prices below it. So, she could potentially fall. I mean, that was our original analysis for me and JL to come and hit down here, but she stopped right here. So
I can't see anything there, Joma. All I can see is your Ferrari system, brother.
We only see the system.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Getting jealous.
And I'll tell you what,
Hemi jealous over there with the Ferrari.
All I can say is your Ferrari system, mate. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I have a lot of indicators. I've been rarely using them lately, but now what I do is I'll just throw them on the MT4 just to use it as a form of confluence that my analysis, what am I seeing? And then when I throw it on the chart with a system like that, it kind of lines up and it makes sense. All right. So are you seeing UJ now?
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. So price is consolidating here in the zone, which is something to be mindful of. But once again, the 200 EMA is above price currently, hasn't broken above it, or at least currently right now it has over here, but it reacted at the resistance area right here. And this resistance closed the gap and then just been respecting that zone. So it hasn't either shot to the upside, but the original target intended that JL and I have was to the downside. As you remember, Emmy, we spoke a few weeks ago to this 105 or 104,
yeah.
we were saying?
I thought it was 104, yeah.
From a 4-hour perspective, look, the 4-hour perspective, price broke below the 200 EMA again. It's been down there, closed the gap. It is looking like it's going bearish as of right now. it's still bearish as it's been holding price in there. But if I would say, you know, my original target for me was to hit this area to complete this inverted head and shoulders, and then, you know, look for something new to do with UJ. But at some given point in time, she's gonna probably tend to do the reversal, you know. So if you throw the Fibonacci on this previous leg, look, price bounced off the 127 up here. She's sitting right at support of the golden zone, right on it. 61.80. And that's that way. If we do it the other way, let's do it the normal way, from the previous low to the previous high. Doing it this way gives us, you know, we haven't technically hit it doing it this way, which is the normal way everybody does it, or the standard way of measuring the previous leg of this extension. And right now we're right hovering above the golden zone. So, I mean, it's still bearish, the bias, but it could be potentially setting up for a reversal perspective. If you see down here, look at the EMAs. They're starting to cross over. I mean, well, actually it crossed over over here already for reversal. But they seem to gonna cross over again for a bearish continuation possibly. But as it consolidates, you know, we just have to wait for the break. If it's gonna break to the downside and break out of this consolidation, the key here is wait for the consolidation to break either to the downside or the upside. Whichever it breaks, you know, is the way to go. But other than that, I mean, this is just a trend trade that is just continuing. On my behalf, I'm not looking to re-enter it currently at any given moment now. I just want to follow UJ for now and see until she exhausts this to the downside. Once I see reversal patterns or reversal indications that we're going to time to probably go up, then I'll rather ride the upside if there is any coming. If not, then we can figure to see continuation to the downside and look for an entry to the downside. The one of the entries to the downside was when JL called it a few days ago. Like a few days ago, the pullback right here to the close of this gap, enter right here, and then just continue. That would have been your safest entry at that moment for right now. Right now, I'd rather not even look to enter any trade on UJ.
Correct. We need to break that support. Everybody holding support today.
So when
except AUD USD.
When you look at the Ferrari system, you know, you see this cloud above price. That's signaling for bearish continuation until it breaks that cloud. Once it doesn't have that cloud no more, and all these red figures over here, I'm not going to go into what they mean right now, but red just means down, and all these arrows mean down. And that's the 4 hour. This is the 4 hour. So it's still in a bearish environment. So even this system automatically puts in a trend line. You see this red trend line and the green one? So technically, it automatically, as price moves, it moves these trend lines for you automatically as price starts moving, and it starts forming the new trends as new trends start forming. So as of right now, because they're moving sideways, it's consolidating. So it's telling you if it continues this way, price can squeeze as it's showing here, and then it's going to probably squeeze out to the upside or the downside. I told you guys, I got all the indicators in the world.
We're missing the one that would tell us. You got the sentiment one. Did you ever show them that one?
Which one?
Well, the strong trend.
Oh, the strong trend? Oh, If you guys want to go through a series of indicators, be my guest. I got a shit ton of indicators lined up for you guys on TradingView alone.
Show them the Tolete. This is the Tolete system, guys.
Which one?
The one you have on your chart right now.
This one is a Tolete. So this is one setup I got. So I would have to use. Let me use a clean chart, so that way it just looks without none of the noise.
Yo, Hemi, can you say that for me, Tolete?
Tolete.
Yeah. So this is basically all we have here is the MACD at the bottom in confluence with 3 EMAs. You got the 10, the 20, and the 200. And these EMAs, as you guys, if you don't know, all they're really used is for identifying trends. The bigger the input on the trend, I mean on the EMA, for example, the 200, it just gives you an identification just from a glance at looking at the chart if the bias is bullish or bearish. Above price is bullish, or below price is below the 200 is bearish. And when you have the 10 and the 20 going along with it, it's just giving you confirmations of the downtrend if it's going down, and if it's going uptrend. Now they're color coded to identify which one is the 10 and the 20. In this particular case, the 10, which moves closer to price, is the 10, and the one that is blue is the 20. So going down, we want to see the blue above. Going up, you see the yellow on the other side above. Same thing with the bottom. If you see the EMAs on the MACD, yellow goes up, blue is above and goes down. Now, if you wanna, I built a Ferrari system in TradingView from indicators I found here. I didn't call it a Ferrari, but I got a few of them. You want, which is the QE? You called it the finale. Yeah, the finale.
The finale.
So this is the finale. This is a little bit busy. Too busy. Let's get some stuff out of here. So let's hide this. Let's hide this. Let's hide this. And let's hide this. A little bit much cleaner, but this one is a little bit more detailed to explain. Hemi, you might be a little bit familiar with these. These are the whole moving averages.
Mm-hmm.
You know how these work, right?
Yeah, that blue and the green one, eh?
Yeah, the green one, it changes color. You see over here is green, and then when it turns red when it's going down.
Yep.
So this one changes color when depending on the trend, and then you have the yellow one, which is close to price, and then you have the blue one, which is the indicator or the EMA that is lagging. So this is the lagging EMA, and this is the one that's moving closest to price, the yellow one. So technically, the way you want to use this is when price crosses over the yellow, which is the yellow one, crosses over the lagging and the middle EMA, as you can see here. You'll see right here when I hide I'm gonna hide the candles. See over here, right here, this is where the price crosses over and changes from red to green. Up here, buy. Look at the bottom. You see this circle over here? You're gonna see this circle populate down here, giving you signals to get in for a buy. And look, the green line on the bottom crosses over, and then you got to get two confirmations. Over here, this crossover, and down here, the crossover. So how do you would want to use that if you want to
just hold? You
want to see the break, and guess what do you want to see next? You want to see the break, and what else, guys?
Just.
They want to see a pullback of a retest, right? So it's not that you just use the indicators by themselves, but look at right here. Got it? You want to see a pullback before you enter. Yes, you want to see the trend. You want to probably get as early as you possibly can. This is just an indicator-based information that is lagging on the data that are collecting based on price movement. So what you want to do is you're still going to use your analysis just like if you're trading naked trading, and then these indicators help you with confluence of what you're looking at.
Yep.
Now that's just one. I can go over 100 of them, but there's like, a whole mess of a lot of them that can help you.
Which one do you like the most? Tolete.
The one I like the most lately has been price action, bro. That's the one I like the most, because here's why. With price action, you will never get in down here. If you're trading as an indicator-based trader, you're gonna wait for this to cross over, and you're gonna get up here. But mind you, if I'm a naked trade, if I'm trading naked, why don't I get in here on this trend right here? I'm seeing the trend. You see? Naked traders have the best probability on getting in early. Indicator traders, they get in late.
Laggy, eh?
But, what you're trying to avoid is trying to, the trade go against you. So it's a double-edged sword, and it's kind of basically what do you feel more comfortable with? It really comes down to personality and how you feel comfortable trading, My perspective, I looked into everything. I've looked into everything. And as of right now, the one I've liked the base is just going to plain old, Vinny Vanilli, simple, price action.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? You'll have less noise. Like, look, this looks better for me. No noise. You see that? But, some people, there's indicator traders, they will fight with you that, they can't trade without an indicator. And that's fine too, as long as they're successful with their strategy. You with me?
Yep.
So there's no right or wrong answer. It's just finding what fits your description of what you feel comfortable with, and just doing it multiple times, repetitious enough that you become successful at a particular strategy that you currently use, whether it's with indicators, whether it's with price action, whatever it is you do, you need to just repeat it over time and then see if that strategy that you're using works for you.
Do you have a lead indicator?
A lead indicator?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean?
So a lot of them are lag, and so I know you purchased them. So do you have any that are?
No, you never have a leading indicator because there's no data to collect. If whoever sold you on that is bullshitting.
Oh no, nobody saw. I'm just asking.
No, I'm just saying, like, if somebody is to, because you would see somebody try to sell you that, oh, this is the best system, blah blah blah, and you can know it in advance, is bullshit, because the only way that these algorithms of the math behind the indicators, it collects data that already was in the past. It can't predict the future because there's no data to predict. You with me? Mm-hmm. In order for the indicator to collect the data, these bars have to print, and so therefore you're gonna get the signals kind of late. Now, knowing that, understanding the concept, you have to just put into perspective your analysis and understanding that all you're using it is as a sign, an additional sign of confluence to trade. That's all you're really going to use it for. Like, I don't put this on all the time. I just put it on when I want to see where to get in as a perspective of what I'm explaining right now. You'll see me just put this on just so I can see, okay, these indicators are closing up. They're closing the gap. This is my best, as an example, is what I'm trying to show you, So I want to use it for the analysis part, so I'll remove it, and then I'll plot my chart. But then when it's time to kind of factor in taking a position, then, you can use your indicators to give you that additional sign of confluence.
Okay, thank you.
If you want to see a crazy one, I know this one is going to look crazy. Look at this one. It's called the Ichimoku.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
Have you ever seen the Ichimoku?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it.
Ichimoku, pretty much, it's a particular system created by the Japanese, I believe. That's why it has that weird name, Ichimoku. And basically, you're supposed to trade in the following manner. The best way to look at it is from a higher time frame. All right? You never trade in the cloud. When price is in the cloud, whether bearish or bullish, you do not trade in the cloud. So what you want to do is you're going to see price break out of the cloud. Same thing. You're going to look for retests and whatnot. And basically, This is probably the only indicator that gives you 26 days in advance of what's happening. You see over here that this indicator is all the way at the front over here. Just because it uses an algorithm that is 26 days ahead, and it uses a 26 days moving back. So this orange line here is called the lagging span. So technically, how I've understood to trade this is that you need to wait for price. If you want to take a trade to the downside or a trade to the upside, no matter where it is, you want to wait for price to break out of that cloud, and you want to wait for the lagging span to break out of the cloud, and all these other EMAs, which is this yellow line and the blue one, also break out. None of them can be within the cloud. So, for example,
did anyone hop on gold? Just out of curiosity, we're at 1584.
You bought? This is probably a bad example because this is prices in the cloud. Let me look for a different example. I'll show you on Tesla how it looks. For fucking stocks, this shit works beautiful. Whoa, yo, look at Tesla, my nigga, 645. What?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Tell him, fucking Lucho. Damn.
That is insane.
Yo, I had buys at 485, bro. Shit.
That is crazy.
Yo, look at that long bull motherfucking candle, bro. Yeah,
Elon is a rich man.
Huh?
Because they started taking orders from the Model Y.
Shit. All right. So check this out. The person that showed me how to use the Ichimoku cloud, he really uses it a lot on stocks because technically stocks are always moving for the most part. If it's a good company like Tesla, as you can see, price has just been going up, 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 up. So, right, once it broke out of this price here, this level at 325, whenever that was, somewhere back last year in November, whoever bought in this area and has been using this system of the Ichimoku cloud, you basically, all you wait for is for the lagging span, which is this orange line, to clear out of the cloud, and you wait for price to clear out of the cloud, and you wait for these two EMAs that is behind it to get out of the cloud. And as well, you'll see them cross over. And when they cross over, that start giving you confirmation that we're going up. Now, you see over here, the cloud forming green. That means bullish signals too, but price in advance, as an example. So let me show you something. So I'm going to back it up so you can see what I'm saying. So let's go from here. Let's so you can see the movement of how that indicator works all the way from the beginning. So right now, you would have been selling, but it hit a support here, and then it's climbing its way up. So let's say if you wanted to go bull run, for a bull run or a buy opportunity, you would not buy it because it's under the cloud for a bearish move. So you have to wait for it to go above. So I'm gonna hit play so you guys see how it plays out. Boom, right? So it breaks above. Look at the red cloud in front of it. Look at the red cloud and look at the lagging span. You got to look at everything happening at the same time. But obviously this is not going to go full fast because this is a weekly candle. So this would be way slower than this. But the point is, okay, price broke out of the cloud, right? You want to wait for price in advance to start forming that green cloud. And you see the lagging span is crossed over, but the two MAs have not crossed over yet. So it's still not in the trade. All right, so the blue one made it out. And now you see a crossover on the cloud that is going from red to green as they just crossed over. Right, so you'll be watching price and observing this and looking at your support area. Look where it's sitting at, right? And once the yellow one that I just cut out, that's your entry right there. That's your entry signal. Boom. It came out. The green cloud style's forming. The lagging span in the back is going upwards. There's two. They're all out of the cloud. And
Breakout,
there you go. Huh?
It's a breakout and a retest on price action.
Yeah. Look. and it never comes back to see that level. It just goes like a rocket ship. Look at that. And that's how you use the Ichimoku cloud. I just explained it to you like literally in 5 minutes, but there is other videos of people explaining this with more extensive details. But
Yo,
I just gave you the like here what it really does. This is how you use this.
UJ's broken the low.
Thank you.
Let's go.
All right, let me look at that. What did UJ do? Let's see, since you just mentioned it.
Keep going. We need it.
Oh yeah, she did a hard push down.
It's continuation.
She did a hard push down. So let's see what happens at this level at the 618 when she taps that. If you look left, that's a little zone. That's a zone right there. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
Joe. Joe, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm amazed how I sound just like you now. Just look left. Just look left. That shit is coming like
Lucho. Look left, Lucho.
Yo. All right, so UJ, as you guys can see, is developing, is at the lows right now. If it breaks this area, then you guys can, continue on sales if you have them. And if you didn't take them, I would not recommend to take the sell right now because you will be entering at the low. Because look, what did oil do? Oil still in a good buy zone. She attempted to come up, but she retraced again. So once again, she's still in this prime zone down here. UCAD.
She's good.
UCAD is my opinion on UCAD is waiting for the zone up here. She's creeping up slowly. AUDNZD, we dancing in down this area without breaking the low yet. CAD JPY, we broke this previous low and we broke back into the structure from the weekly perspective. She's in there. So this could be considered a fake out to the upside and we can possibly see some continuation. So that's kind of what's currently going on as we are watching the markets. Euro JPY sitting on support from this trend, from this price area here. But this could, we would need to see break another low down here and then retest to see continuation to the downside. I could also see this as a fake out to the bottom side as of what I'm looking at right now. And then we could be forming an inverted head and shoulders if that does really happen right here. And then close up and then give me another embedded shoulders to tap this right here and then goes up, continues going up as she's been doing. And JL, you gave me this signal a while ago to hit this area. I think the 125 or 124. I think that trade possibility is still valid. It's just, the trade moves in, you very well know.
Oh, yeah.
You very well know. And you know where price is at over here already. Look, she's, maybe we could see a potential reach target to this one area to make an additional impulse to down here. You just got to keep your mind open to both possibilities because look right here, it could potentially still slip down here as the yen is stronger than the euro right now. So we could probably see some slippage and boom, and then retrace from there, or it just price holds right here. So those are two different options with EJ to the upside or to the downside to see what's going on there. Euro NZD, boy. Yo, Evelio's still here?
Yeah.
My boy, look at this boy.
Yeah, but I got out.
All right, good. All right, so if you took your trade, then good for you. You took some profits with that one. I don't see this coming back down. Like if it will, this is what it'll do, and or at least this is what I am expecting. Yes, we want to see it come back, and it's gonna retest this area of this break. So maybe we can see this and then continue up. And if she reaches down here and breaks down below, same scenario we've been saying. Just watch out for your trends. You're waiting for prices to reach trends. So for a person that has a sell bias right now, you could sell it, but up into this point and then just take TP from here as an example, which she could potentially do that with me to move in the patterns that the market moves. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D as an example.
Yo.
Well,
Today's wild.
What happened?
NASDAQ shot up to 120 and then 105 and then dropped.
Beautiful. That's Euro NZD. I'm pretty sure you guys got no questions. You're understanding what I'm showing you guys there. Euro USD. Euro USD reached this low over here. And kind of has an engulfing candle going for itself on the daily. If that engulfing candle closes like that, then maybe we can be turning around for a Euro USD. You know, break out completely out of here, retest the zone over here, and then continue. That's a possibility. Then you also have this downward trend over here that I would like to see a break out of from there, and then do the retest on the trend and on the supported on that break from there. You extend it all the way, you'll see that, you know, that is a small zone there. If it fails to break to the upside and it continues coming down, well, then next target would be somewhere down here. I would say in the zone here, that would be your next target. Or maybe this one. There's another one right here. There's a little one. There's a little zone over here. But those are your potential setups on EU.
Can we look at EuroCAD?
EuroCAD. Oh, I don't even have that one here. I don't have it on my wish list. EuroCAD. I haven't done an analysis on this, but I did have a trend line over here, down here, and it bounced off of it. And the last 2 days, Euro has been bullish against the CAD, as you can see, and it's taken quite off a bit. So from this perspective, this would have been the buy entry here. What trends do we got going on? We got basically a trend down here. If that is a true trend, we will see the breakout. And next, what is the next question? What next thing we shall see?
Retest.
Yep. So you're going to want to see a retest at least somewhere here for the continuation, right? And then basically the trend starts forming. A new trend goes in this direction just like that. Okay, hold on. So you see this, right? It's respecting this trend, but then we found support and it's resisting here, broke out of it in order to form that new trend. Well, we're going to now start forming a new trend and we're going to retest on the trend and on the breakout. All right. I mean, that's as simple as I can get it. The simpler you keep trading and not put so much pressure on yourself on all the things you can possibly do. And I'm going to tell you this from experience because I went out of my way at the beginning trying to learn everything, which there's nothing wrong in doing that. But it cost me, you know, a good 6-7 months before I understood that price action is king and just paying attention to these simple price action, pretty much, how do you explain that, Joe? Price action analysis and technicals. And as you see, I plot them, you know, it's easy to spot once you have your eyes working on it 24/7. All right.
I think I'm going to get in UJ.
UJ? All right. Then find your confirmations and find your buys, your sell zone if you're going to sell. Just make sure to find the zone where you're going to get in.
GJ is also dropping. Nice.
That's good because I put a dollar lot on it.
Wepa.
No, I'm just kidding. I just put 25 cents, but I entered on the retest over here. So when price was in here earlier, I kind of I threw a 25-cent lot on top of the position I already had on top. So I should be in profit in that one. I'm gonna just put my stop loss in front of my entry, just to be careful. But GJ, we broke down, came back, retested, but we shall see. Because my long-term bias is GJ will continue to sell off, but nothing's ever in stone, so we just got to let it develop. And from a swing trader perspective, is the reason why once you get in a good position, it just gives you just let it continue doing its thing, and that's just basically it. Let me see. NZD CAD, guys. I had this trade, and yesterday, see this? Okay, so this is what happened yesterday. Hemi, if you're here still, I sent this yesterday to you because I had a sell position here and I had a sell position here.
Yeah.
But when I saw that I put this Fibonacci level yesterday at the end of the day, and I saw this rejection over here and it came back up, I exited the trade over here. So that was the only one trade I closed yesterday because of this over here. But today's candle was bearish. So had I held, I would have, been able to collect another, what is this? Another 60 pips? No, 30 pips, and potentially, if you see what we're seeing, here's the following. Oh, shit. Potentially, what we're seeing is the following. If I remove the Fibonacci, breakout, retest, continuation. So I got caught up with seeing my price reach the extension over here, closed over here at this, but I failed to see this retest clearly because I was doing it from my phone when I went to the gym. So, and then it just continued to sell off from today's opening, and it's just been coming down, potentially going to hit this next level down here, and we could see what should happen. But I would expect maybe price to then react maybe here because it's going to be at the 168 when it does reach down here. So if we put this Fibonacci again, look from the previous leg, the zone that I have marked off, which is to the left where all these wicks, is this 161.8 area, and we could potentially see a pullback, somewhere, or retrace again to this area. And maybe if I align this a little bit differently, by the time it gets here, price will work itself into this area here and probably can hit over here and continue going down as is respecting the zone. So I already have 2 touches, and a third one will confirm the trend, and then after it confirms it, you could potentially expect it to drop possibly. If it breaks the trend, then we're gonna break out of the trend and then continue to the upside. But that's just giving you kind of an overall bias on what to look out for NZD CAD. All right. The way I'm breaking down these charts for you guys is not to give you overall signals or anything, but it's just to give you overall perspective on what to look for. So when you're trading on your own, you don't need Joe Margello trade. You're gonna be a well-trained trader on your own. This is the whole purpose of these webinars as well, not only taking trades live, because what we would want most from you guys is that you understand these concepts and keep it simple and trade in the same exact way. So therefore, there'll be one moment that you'll be able to do this without me explaining it, and you would be teaching me instead of me teaching you.
Concur.
That's the whole outfit. The whole outfit is that you don't want to rely on us to identify trends, trades, and where to get in and where to get out. The whole purpose why you joined the TPA community, because you want to learn and you want to, maybe quit that dead end job you may have. I'm not saying everybody has a dead end job, but anytime anybody's looking for extra or more is because, you know, maybe they're not happy where they're at or they're looking for extra money. But as you guys very well know, learning this skill set can, you know, provide you that time and freedom that you can possibly not get working for somebody working 40 hours a week, you know? So that's the whole key to this. So obviously, as you can see, this was a very nice bullish move up into this area. Now we go from a longer time frame. If we go a little bit more deeper, into NTD CAD, this is a very, very bullish move over here. From this perspective down here, this whole entire leg. And this could potentially be just a very, very small pullback. What do we see? Let's see, what do we see from a weekly perspective? Because you always have to consider the higher time frame to understand what's really, really going on. Okay, guys? So this may not be a downtrend. From a weekly perspective, this is very well a bullish trend, and maybe, you know, potentially come and hit this area long term and then target the zone right here. It's the reason why you got to keep the longer time frames in play, so you understand where your targets are, and then start, you know, trading both ways. You're trading the up way, you're trading the down way, and you're just getting in from every corner of the market that you get an opportunity for. Okay, so once again, just keep your eyes open. Look over here. It lines up perfectly with that trend has been respecting. Simple enough, guys? I hope it seems simple enough where you understand, so that way you can look for these same things that I'm looking for every time I'm looking at a chart.
Got it.
And this just comes with the speed of looking at all this, just comes with time of just observing the market day in and day out. Like, for example, if you guys have kids, baby kids, nowadays, modern era, you give them a phone, bro, and they teaching you. You're not teaching them. But there's only one reason for that, because they're on the phone 24/7. And if you're on these charts 24/7, like they're on their phones 24/7, you will be an expert at doing all this. I'm serious. Hindsight 101, bro. NZDJPY. We haven't spoken about this one, but I actually like this one. She's paid me very well every time I've taken her. I've never taken a loss with NZDJPY. So this is an old chart I had with monthly support key levels. As you can see on the right high, you see monthlies. And from a weekly perspective, and I know we haven't been looking at this, but since I already opened it, let's look at it. Right away, the immediate thing you can see is you have a zone over here. You got a left head and right shoulder forming if price rejects over here. That's one way to view it. What else do we see? We also have a trend going on this way. And it hasn't broken out of that trend. So right now, the buy should be in the short, the buy should be shorting it until breaking out of this zone. So I'm doing the same thing I'm doing in all the charts to keep it simple, where that's all you should be looking for. Nothing else, nothing fancy. I know I showed you those indicators, but price action is king, and it tells you what's going on. The indicator is more to kind of use it as a form of confluence whenever you're going to take a trade. So if you want to get in here, when I throw the EMAs or whatever I'm throwing on, do you see the confirmations from the EMAs as you know how they work, right? So look, at this particular price area, price came, respected the zone, shot down, engulfed this prior candle, giving you signs that I'm going down, came back for the retest, and boom. Right there. Simple enough?
Yes, sir.
All right. I kind of did a lot of pairs right now, just reviewing all of them. Which ones are you guys missing? Are you guys missing any?
Let's look at JU again. We were thinking it was going to go down.
I'm going to give you one more pair, Euro AUD and USD Mexican, but what, AU? Okay, look at AU again. Okay, got it.
No, GU.
GU, 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 GU.
You can't mess with GU today, man. I mean, with GBP.
GBP. GBP. GBP, if you really ask me, it's pretty much right now it's ranging in the zone, because this kind of from a daily perspective faked out, came back, it's up against this resistance. What you would want to wait is to see if it's gonna break above or reject it, and kind of basically based off of this candle, the immediate thing to think out that it might go bullish, possibly, because of this breakout. And what you're going to probably see from a daily perspective, once again, breakout, retest, and for it to continue. Now, it's actually in a sideways range also, where it's really not going in a downtrend or an uptrend per se completely, because if you go like this, we're ranging up and down in that box.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ranging. It's not
something to add to. Sorry, but notice how the market always has a strong going up, but you see like the lower highs here. I don't know why it does that all the time.
I did notice that. Look, you got that in every move. Look, in every potential bullish move like this, here's the bullish move, drop. Here's the bullish move, drop. Here's the bullish move. Well, this didn't do it exactly like those previous ones, but it kind of dropped. Yeah, I was looking at that as well, that particular zone that way. But in the overall perspective, sideways, she's moving. So from a daily perspective, you see it this way. But when you go down to the lower time frame, you measure every leg of these. This is about 200 pips each move. Imagine you catching each of these moves. Look, from here to here, 170. Guess what? From here to here is another 170. From here to here is like another 90. If you're catching the range. Now, that would be called range trading for those of you guys that don't know what that means. Basically, identifying an area where price is indecisive and it's just jumping up and down from that area. From here, bounced from here, came up here, bounced from here, it's coming down here. So it's really not identifying a true trend yet. She's unsure where she's going. From a monthly perspective, you should be able to, you kind of could get a better perspective. From a monthly perspective, this is the area that I got boxed in. This kind of would give you what your bias should be. We haven't seen a significant pullback yet, other than this red candle now. So we've had a very good bull run for the last 4 months, as you can see right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, from a monthly perspective, but not a significant pullback from a monthly perspective. So maybe that could be the move where it could probably potentially pull back and then continue its way up. I don't know 100%, but just giving you options on how to see the market. With me? And look, watch this from a monthly perspective. Just keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open. Left, head, bang. So if they are still going to go up, if GBP is going up like they say, maybe this is what's forming from a monthly perspective. It's clear as day right there. Here's the neckline. Right? Here's a neckline. Here's a left, head, and right. What do you think about that, JL?
Yeah, could be. That's 128.
That is 128. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is 128. 127, 800. I'm only 200 away from the 128 on that price level that I have there.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was seeing myself as well. That's why I was shorting it, but
so here's another thing to keep out. Look.
Today was definitely one of them days.
So basically, this is a bearish W, but with the possibility that it'll complete this head and shoulders potentially. Right now, it's just here up into this area. But by the end of the month, which is by next week, or oh no, the end of the month is this week. So this actually, look, that's another thing to consider. We're only 2 days away for the close of this candle from a monthly perspective. Tomorrow is the last day, and this candle right here is going to close. I don't think much more from there. So you could try to, from a pattern formation, try to identify what the banks are doing, because the banks don't trade like us. They're looking at the monthly and the weekly. Anything below that, they're not even looking at that. They trade to buy here and push price all the way down, and you know they don't look at these 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. None of that. I don't think so. I mean, if I'd be the bank, I wouldn't.
Oh, you'll be the bank soon, brother.
No way. Not even near yet. But from your mouth to God's ears, though. But you got to get that, right? I mean, you guys can learn everything you want out there, but price action is king, as I'm showing you, on how to like really just you got to have an open mind to everything. What is it that you're seeing? And ask yourself the questions, what am I missing? And then have a broken step process, which I'm pretty sure JL has provided to you guys in the past, like a cheat sheet. And then you memorize it. Once you memorize it, you will no longer need it in front of you. And then you just do the repetition of the cheat sheet that he has available for you guys over and over again. Everything I'm doing is not something that it's a secret code. It's in his school. And he has it on the cheat sheet. If we go over the cheat sheet, you'll see monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, and then you break it down from there from higher time frames, and then keeping overall perspective, then breaking down to the weekly and daily to find out where's price in that perspective from the higher time frames, and then looking for your best potential entry from a long time perspective. Okay. Let me see. What are we missing? So we said, what did you say earlier? Euro AUD, or I think somebody said Euro AUD.
I say I'm gonna get out for today.
All right.
Take my losses and we'll regroup tomorrow or Sunday.
Do what you have to do, buddy. That is okay. That is never a bad thing. If you have a bad day, that's something you need to psychologically understand, that you have a bad day. So for example, and I'm going to put you on the spot, Velio. You have a business, right?
Yeah.
You have certain times a bad month or a bad week in a business where there was no gains, correct? So if you see this as a business perspective, understand that companies don't make money every day. So if you treat it like a business, it's going to pay you like one. But if you treat it as a hobby, it's going to cost you like one. That's JL's motto of it. But I'm saying from a business perspective, you know, learn to cut losses and understand that that's part of trading. And the whole risk part aspect of it is where it needs to come into play, where you need to be strong-minded about it. And I understand that when you're trading with smaller accounts, it's much more difficult to do because you're trying to get your feet wet. You're trying to get out the rut. So I totally understand it because I've been there. But continuing to practice what you're doing until you can build up a little decent account and stay consistent with everything you guys are learning here will create those good habits long term. Everything that I've been discussing here, I couldn't figure this out in 1 or 2 days. It took me quite a while, and I would battle like with myself, like, why am I not getting it? But as you guys can see, with time repeating the same thing over and over, just like I explained in the baby theory, when you do it so many times where you start to see things automatically by default. All right.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's 11 o'clock. That's probably pretty much where our session ends for today. If anybody has any questions, if you guys enjoyed this session today, you know, drop a comment in the group chat. Let me see what your opinions are. Say something. I would like to hear other people's voices other than my voice, you know, just so I understand I have a crowd out there.
Good, brother.
Well, I just want to thank you guys. Thank you, Yomar, for taking the time of teaching us and letting us see the whole idea of how the market runs.
Now, mind you guys, there's one thing to keep in perspective here. You really guys have to thank JL, not me. You want to know why? Because when JL was learning this, he didn't have a community like we have right here that he has built for us to actually not go through all those mischiefs that he's gone through. And he went through it alone. So he didn't have like this community. He needed to go out of his way and fucking learn that shit the hard way. Right now, I'm going to tell you something. If you think you are even behind, you're dead wrong. Why? You want to know why? Because nowadays, with the online communities that we have, with all this stuff that you can find online, 7 or 10 years ago, these people that started trading years ago did not have this technology to like advance somebody's understanding. You literally had to go meet with somebody in Wall Street or go meet with somebody in a particular room so they could trade together. And maybe not even trade online. They had to call it in as a phone call. Think about that, guys.
Yeah, I was reading Forex for Dummies.
Take advantage of the technology, because what it took probably JL to learn, let's say I'm just hypothetically speaking, in a 5-year span, he's shortening it up for you for like about maybe a year. It did for me, because I'm in a year, I'm not the same trader that was when I came in here. Had I been doing this alone with no guidance and nobody to teach me and nobody to tell me where to go, it could probably take maybe 5 years, just like many other traders do. If you hear a lot of the stories of some successful traders, you'll hear that in their stories, that they didn't be consistent after 5 or 7 or 10 years. But that's because back when they were learning, the amount of content that is on social media and on these online platforms, Instagram, Facebook, blah, blah, and yada, 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 they didn't have that before. And they were still trying to, you know, go for the big dream of, hey, becoming a trader and making money from home, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I used to read babypips.com, and it's like, it's one thing reading it, but it's like a whole different thing, like putting it to action or having someone like break it down for you. But like, it took me over a year just to understand what a breakout, the difference between a breakout and a fake out was. Almost a year. You know, there's just different things, but the important thing is that, you know, our goal was to make you guys feel comfortable in a learning environment. And like, you know, I applaud every single one of you guys for tuning in. The Zooms are getting bigger and bigger. You know, I mean, in due time, the 16 of you guys here, you know, you guys are gonna be the ones mentoring the fucking 200s that are gonna be showing up. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like 10 of us talking on a Zoom. It's going to happen, you know? We just got to keep working hard. You know, what's the phrase they say? A battle lost does not, what is it? How is it? Think of how many battles were lost in a war. You know, how it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. There's a whole bunch of analogies we can go through, but the point is, you know, be persistent. You know, like I always tell everyone, if in 2 years you were generating the amounts you wish you were generating today, would it be worth everything you're going through right now? You know, it's man. A few years ago, I was getting excited with Pedro because it was me and Pedro learning this together. You know, me and Pedro were getting excited about making a $7 day. Like, yo, we made $10. Like, you know, that's why I'm always joking around saying, yeah, you guys can get a bacon, egg, and cheese or a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or, you know, a nice latte at Starbucks or whatever with what you made. But it's perspective. I mean, you know, if you're getting it and it's not coming out of your pocket and you're paying for it through this, imagine when you're paying for your rent, for your mortgage. You know, the guys laugh at me, but my whole life is broken down to pips. For real. You know? based off a standard lot, my whole life is broken down. If I gotta pay my water bill, well, I gotta find 20 pips because my water bill is $200 this month. You know, I'm trying to keep a green lawn in my home. You know, that's $94 a month. Well, I gotta find 10 pips on $1 lot. And all jokes aside, it's exactly what I do. You know, but perspective, guys. You know, we're here for you. I mean,
I want to say one more thing before we all get off. Just 5 more minutes, and that's it. Just to give you guys insight on what I'm working on with JL. We're working on a few things, and just because you guys are here in this and taking the time, you guys, some of you may be at work, some of you guys on the other side of the world, it's already nighttime and you should be sleeping. Just to kind of give you a heads up, we're all working on restructuring a few things on the website. We will be working on some incentives for you, just not only trading. So just to kind of give you an idea is, or if I'm pretty sure JL, I think, told me he mentioned it before, but I don't know if some of you guys maybe forgot about it. We're going to restructure the whole school where that when you guys, let's say you refer somebody, you're going to get a piece of the pie of that referral fee from an affiliate link that you guys can all have access to if you don't have it. And that's something me and Joe spoke about to incentivize you guys to continue learning, to continue pushing throughout, you know, the learning phase and being able to support us in the sense of, hey, yo, these guys have been good to us and we're going to treat you guys right. So therefore, you know, all we could expect is a referral, and you'll get a piece of the pie from the referral from referring people to the school to continue on the same learnings that you guys have been learning. And we're gonna work on a lot of few things. I have let a few things out of the bag a little bit early, but we're working on them. So we were last night working on a few things last night. So when we get off of these sessions, we don't stop working. We're gonna now look at how we're gonna expand the school, looking for new ideas, and we're gonna constantly be improving the school for you guys to have a better community. I know last year was a little bit slow. There was a little bit of fallout, but just to give you guys some heads up, you know, I went through a heart surgery last year. So I was out of the game for like 6 months, ever since like June or July. So if you didn't know, now you know. But I'm back, feeling healthy, great, and we're gonna make a lot of positive things for the TPA community, just slowly with time, so that way you guys can all participate and have take advantage of it. So that's pretty much all I have to say. And with that being said, we could call it a day.
Correct. I thank each and every one of you guys for showing up. As Jomar said, you know, we're working very hard to provide quality for you guys every single day. We encourage each and every one of you guys to work hard and consistent, because at the end of the day, we're looking for the team to continue to grow, you know, and you know, there's a lot of potential, a lot of room here. And I mean, just think about it. This is what, day 4 of the week we've done. And just, you know, today me personally, I lost some money today, but you know, overall, if you think about it, we're still in profit on the week in terms of, you know, what we looked at on Sunday and all that. So, you know, long-term outlook, guys, you know, let's continue growing. I'll see everybody tomorrow. If I don't see you guys tonight, are we doing an evening review?
Yeah, we'll do an evening review, like we did last night, and it's just to see where all the pairs ended up after the close of the 5 o'clock bell. But that'll be like around 8 o'clock. We'll send out a link, and that's just really more not educational purpose, but just looking at what the charts did. And if you guys need additional help, you know, we'll be there. So that's pretty much it, guys.
Yeah, other than that, I'll holler at you guys later on tonight. Thank you again, and I hope each and every one of you have a blessed day. Hemi, have a great evening. You already know.
Awesome, brothers. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Yomar and Gia.
Take care.